Hi, welcome to this Yoga Thistle video. We'll be exploring the opening of the hips and exploring dancer's pose and splits. But I offer you variations and I'm always going to offer you modifications, so it'll still be enjoyable no matter what your experience. See you on the mat. So step right up, come to the top of your mat, mountain pose, either feet hip distance or the big toes touching, whichever one feels most comfortable for you. Knees soft, buttocks tone, and hips pressing forward so you feel the front of the hips open. Spine nice and long, arms along your side, and we'll start with a salute to warm up. Float the arms up. On the breath and exhale, curving down the front of your body. Knees soft, rolling down, fingers to floor, head to knee. Inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Planting the hands, stepping back to your down dog. And lifting up high into tiptoes, bend the knees down low. And press forward, high plank, knees to the mat. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Feet press down, firm your buttocks. Lift your hands off the floor. Unsupported cobra. And then lower down. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, press up. Lift the knees and back to down dog. Maybe taking your dog for a walk by bending one knee at a time or wagging your tail, whatever you feel might be necessary and appropriate for you. Then finding stillness, engaging in that delicious tug of war between the hands and the hips. Hands pressing down and forward, the hips pulling back. The front lower ribs reaching up to the back lower ribs and the back lower ribs lifting to the spine. And lifting up high to the tiptoes, bend your knees down low. And you're going to walk to the top of the mat. Eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Eyes forward, heart forward. We're going to take another salute, step back, down dog. Now you can do the one we just did with cobra pose, or if you'd like to add another level of challenge, follow me. Lift your heels up high, bend your knees down low, and press forward to your high plank. And now from your high plank, if you're following me, you come to your elbows. Otherwise, knees to the mat and come to your bellies. If you're on your elbows, point your toes. Forearm pointed plank. From here, tuck your chin, rolling towards your belly button, lifting the hips. And then you're going to reach the hips forward, plant them on the floor. Heart forward, Sphinx Pose. And again. Tuck your chin, rolling along the spine, lifting the hips up. And then coming forward, hips land, heart forward. And then from here, tucking the toes. Lift the hips to shoulder height. And walk your feet towards your elbows. If you're in your cobra pose, you make your way back to down dog. If you're with me in a forearm down dog called dolphin, you lift your elbows and you're in down dog. You might need to step back onto your mat. And again, tug of war between the hands and the hips, just for a breath or two. And you're going to lift up high in the heels, bend down deep in the knees, and then you're going to walk, step, or float to the top. Eyes forward, heart forward, head to knee. Soften the knees, roll up, salute the sun. And we're going to start adding more. Curl down the front of your body, fingers to floor, head to knee. Inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Step your right leg back, the heel can stay up, and straighten the front leg, head to knee. Inhale forward, bend the front knee, look forward, lunge. And exhale, straighten the leg, head to knee. And then bring the back knee to the floor, pointing the toes, reaching up, you're in a low lunge. And you might stay here if you have any knee issues or ankle issues. Otherwise, sweep your hands forward and up as you lift the back knee, pointed toe lunge. Lower the knee. Lower your hands and straighten the front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. And looking forward at the big toe. Planting the front foot, bend the knee, and then round your spine, bring your forehead to your knee. Different stretch in the hip of the right side. And then straighten the front leg, look forward. Stretching of the buttocks in the left leg. And plant the foot, bend the knee, round the back, head to knee. Tuck the back toes, plant the head, And you're going to sweep your left foot all the way up, three-legged down dog. Well done. And remember, you lift your leg with all the muscles. So lift your big toe with your buttocks. And then inhale onto the right tiptoes and lower the right heel. And lift the heel up and lower it. Then lift it up high, bend your left leg and bring your left knee to your nose. Keep the left leg bent and reach your knee up high. One more time, knee bent. And then lift it up high. And again, knee bent, knee to nose. Lift the knee up high. Stretch the leg and bring the foot to the floor. Second side. So lifting your right big toe with your buttocks, stretch it up. And then lifting onto the left tiptoes and lower the heel. And lifting up and lower the heel. And then lifting up, bend the right knee and bring the knee to your nose. And reach your knee back. And bring the knee to your nose, coming forward. And bring the knee back. You're in a bent knee down dog. And last time, coming forward, high plank, knee to nose. And reach your knee back up. Stretch the leg. And then step the foot, right foot forward. So far, so good. Back knee straight, front knee straight, head to knee. Then inhaling forward, heart forward, bend the front knee, lunge. Exhaling, head to knee, front knee straightens. And then lower the back knee, point the toes, sweep your arms up, low lunge. And then maybe joining me for your pointed toe lunge. Hands sweep forward and up, back knee lifts. And then bring the knee to the floor, hands to the mat. Straighten the front leg, head to knee. The right toes, right knee pointing up towards the sky. Look forward, plant the front foot, bend the knee, and around the back, head to knee. Straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and look forward. Come forward, round the back, head to knee. Then you're going to plant your hand, you're going to tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and step forward. Eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Now sink your hips into an invisible chair, reach your hands forward. Utkatasana chair pose. And then bring your belly onto your thighs, reach your hands up. And again, reach the hands forward. Lift the belly. And then bring the belly onto your thighs, reach back. And again, forward. And then trace down the front of your body, fingers to the floor, head to knee. Inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Leaving your left hand underneath your nose. And then peeling your right hand up along the arm, past your collarbones, past your right shoulder, stretch up. And then inhale, draw the fingers back down. Exhaling, head to knee. Second side, right hand down. Inhaling the left fingers along the arm. Cross the chest and collarbone. Reach up. And inhale, draws the hand all the way down. And exhaling, head to knee. We're going to add a little bit more to our lunge. So inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. This time start with the left leg stepping back. Straighten the front leg, head to knee. Inhale, bend the front knee, look forward, lunge. And straighten the leg, head to knee. And then lowering down to our lunge, low lunge, knee on the floor, reach your hands up. And then maybe lifting with me to your pointed toe lunge. And then you're going to lower the knee, lower the hands. Leave your left hand down, maybe a little bit in front of your shoulder, and peel your right arm up as you bend the back knee. Then you're going to bring the hand down, plant the hand. And you're going to swap sides and still bend the back knee. Inhaling, left hand up, left knee bends. And down. And the first side, right arm, left knee, reaching up. Now you might stay here, and this is helping to strengthen buttocks and the hamstrings. Or if you can keep your spine nice and long, just tuck your ribs in a little. Maybe you can reach back for the foot. Maybe you can't. Maybe if you just engage hamstring a little more, you might be able to bring the foot closer. But without collapsing yourself. You want to keep your spine long and then use this to open up into a twist. Kicking the foot into the hand and the hand resisting the foot. Then gently release, foot down, hand down. Now, grounding yourself, press down into the mat and inhale both hands up, bend the back knee. And again, you might stay here and this is already strengthening your legs, challenging your balance, or you might be able to reach back, hold on to your foot. But it's about the hip and not making it too much of a back bend. So notice if you're collapsing down here into your lower back, keep that nice and long, sit bones reaching down. Then maybe squeeze your shoulder blades together, maybe bend your elbows. You might get a bit of a back bend in the upper spine, behind the heart. Then you're going to slowly release the foot, hands to the floor, foot down. Tuck the back toes, and this time sweep your right foot up behind you. Three-legged down dog. Bend your knee. This time lift your knee up high, really feel into your buttocks, lifting the knee up high. Then maybe you turn your knee out to the side. The hips might open a little to the right, without turning at the chest or the shoulders. Keeping it a twist of the spine. Then maybe in this position you reach your toe over a little. You might like to add a little bit of crazy and stretch your leg out to the side. And then take it back. I call this peeing down dog. And then one last time, take it out to the side. And then bend. Square your hips off to the floor. Stretch your leg up behind you. And then lifting up high, bending into your left knee. Come forward, knee to nose, high plank. Stretch your leg out behind you. Then hook the left ankle over, right ankle over the left knee. Left ankle. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you take half a push-up. And unhook and press it back to regular down dog. Floating the left leg up. Same thing, second side. So we bend the knee. The key is to lift the knee up high. It's about the hips. The hip opening, like you're doing a lunge stretch. And then maybe take the knee out to the side. Front lower ribs lifting to back lower ribs. Spine, lower back rounding. Rather than back bending. Maybe you reach the big toe across. And maybe you take your leg out to the side. And maybe sweep it back. And maybe take it out to the side. And last time, sweep it behind you. Square your hips off, stretch your leg. And you're going to lift up high to right tiptoes, bend the knee. And then come forward to a high plank. Hook your ankle over the right, and maybe do a half push-up. Come back, three-legged down dog, and then step the foot forward. Straighten left knee, head to knee. Inhale, forward lunge. Head to knee. Then come forward, lower the back knee, pointing the toes, reaching up, low lunge. And sweeping up, lifting up, pointed toe lunge. And lowering the knee, lowering the hands. Our low twisted lunges. Starting with the left hand, right knee, inhale. Lifting the knee, stretching your arm up. Or lifting the foot, bending the knee. And bring the hand down, lower the foot. The open side, so peeling the left fingers up, bending the knee. And then taking it down. And then you might like to bring your right hand a little further forward, bending the right leg, peeling your left hand up. Noting if there's a difference between the right and the left side. And then maybe if you can keep your spine nice and long, you might be able to reach back and hold on to the foot. Stay here for a few breaths. And gently release. And then this time, square your hips off. As you bend the back knee, lift both hands up. And you might stay here. And this might be hard already. Or reach back. Hold on. Without making it a back bend. We don't want to be floppy. We want to contain it. So squeeze your buttocks. Press your hips forward. Maybe bend a little into your elbows and the shoulder blades together. And then you're going to slowly, gently release. Bring your hands to the floor, lower the back foot. Lift the knee, back knee, and then step forward. Fingers on the mat, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Soften the knees, roll up to standing. Sweep your hands up. And then bring your hands along your side. Come to a bit of a standing, balancing sequence. Hands onto the hips. Bend down into your knees. And then with your inhale, suck your right knee up to your chest. Maybe you stand here and you hold onto the right knee. Maybe it's appropriate for you to hold onto the right big toe. Maybe you keep the knee bent, or maybe you stretch the leg out in front. You might be able to straighten it a little or a lot. Left hip needs to really zip up and support your entire body. And then whether your knee is bent or straight, left hand anchors the left hip in place while the right leg draws out to the side. Only as far as it's comfortable. Left hip staying in place. Drawing your right arm back into the shoulder socket. And then you're going to bring the leg back in. And just for a moment, just let go of the foot. Jazz fingers, leg strength. Bend your knee. And hug your knee in tight. Bring your belly to your thigh. Then hold on to your foot. And from here, belly to thigh, stretch your leg out in front. Now if you can, let go of the foot, stretch your hands forward, keep your legs straight as you take it like a pendulum behind you. Whoa. Warrior 3. Stretch your fingers forward and the big toe back. Then you're going to plant your hands. Stretch the right leg up. Standing split. And then stepping your foot back to a long lunge. Good. Lower your right knee to the floor. Point to the back foot. We're moving towards the split. You don't have to do the full split. I'm light years from doing it. But it's a really good practice because we can't force ourselves because it really hurts if you try and force the splits. So you can either stay here, and that's really, really good. You might like to stay here, maybe take your hands onto your hips. It becomes a bit of a balance. And you really have to engage the muscles. So you keep the front knee bent a little. Engaging the muscles you're trying to stretch. And then after a while, you might notice that you can take your foot a little bit further forward. When you engage the muscles you're trying to stretch, they sometimes stretch a little bit more easily. They sort of let go of the tension. So you might come a little lower. And again, you might keep your hands on the floor. Or you might take them to the hips. Trying to keep the hips square to the front, you might reach your hands up. Remember, front lower ribs to the back lower ribs. And then puff up your lower back. And then gently bring your hands down. Tuck the back toes. And very kindly bring your legs back together. Finding down dog. Just pedal it out. Lift your heels up high, bend your knees down low. Press forward, high plank. Lower onto your elbows, or do the cobra flow. Point your toes. Rounding the spine, chin to belly button. And then coming forward, Sphinx Pose. We're just doing this one once. And then tucking your toes. Press up, hips, shoulder level. Walk your feet forward. Or if you're in cobra, meet us in down dog now. From dolphin, lift your elbows, down dog. And then from here, we're going to just gently walk the feet to the top of the mat. Fingers on the floor, inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Soften the knees, rolling up. Second side, sweep up, maybe palms touch. And bring your hands down. So second side, hands to hips, knees bend, and then drawing your left knee up to your chest. Either hold the knee or hold the big toe. Remember, this is outer hip, standing leg, zips up, supports you, and maybe straighten your leg out. You might straighten the leg a little or a lot. Doesn't matter, keep pushing into your fingers, but hug your arm back. Right hand anchors right hip into position. Draw the leg out to the side. And you're going to draw the leg back. And then you're going to let go. Can you hold your own leg? And then good, bring your knee to your chest. Hug the knee to your chest. Squeeze it in tight, belly to thigh. Holding onto your foot. And then straighten your foot out in front. Press the big toe forward. So you engage your legs and then reach your hands forward. Keep reaching forward. Pendulum the leg back. Fingers to floor, head to knee. Stretch your leg up. You might even feel like floating up after that little transition. And take it back to a long lunge. Splits or semi-splits or just attempt at something, splitting. Round two. So the back knee to the floor. Inch your front heel a little forward. Maybe inch the back heel a little back, or back knee a little back. Remember, you can always start here. Keeping the hips square and level. Engaging into your buttocks to stabilize the hips. Press the front heel into the floor, engage the back of the leg. Maybe you take your hands off the floor, hands to hips, or hands at the heart. And then after a while, you might get a little bit more. So just always be kind. It's obviously not happening for me, but I really like this practice because it's all about this idea of letting go. You can't force it. And maybe you stay here. And that is what yoga is about. Detachment. Letting go of what we think yoga poses. I'm doing yoga just as much as someone in full splits right now. So are you. And then bring your hands down. It very much also epitomizes the practice of kindness and non-harming. So you want to do this practice with kindness, without harm. Take it back to down dog. Just release those lovely hips. Walk your dog, wag your tail. Then we'll do a gentle flow. So the cobra version, unless you're dying for the forearm plank, but lift up high, bend down low. Come forward. Either knees to the floor, or keep your legs straight to lower down onto bellies. Then lifting your hands, lifting your chest and shoulders, feet pressed down, and lower to the mat. Plant your hands, press up and back to down dog. Lift up high, bend down low, walk, step, or float to the top. Exhaling head to knee. Soften the knees, roll up. Reach up. And bring your arms down. So now we come to Natvajasana. Dancer's pose. Bring your feet hip distance. We're going to work into stages. Soften into your knees. And then inhale the right knee up to your chest. And then maybe hold on to your ankle so you can squeeze your heel to your butt. And then keep your heel squeezing in. Begin to point your knee down. Doing it in stages. Good. So keep your hand on your hip. Keep that standing leg engaged. Kicking the foot into the hand. Now we're all about the hips, the hip opening. We're not about a back bend. So like we've been doing in some of our other postures, begin to lift the knee. Lift the knee. Now kick your foot into the hand. Can you still maintain upright spine, front ribs to back ribs? Just lift the knee. Just lift the knee. Kick the foot or the ankle into your hand. Just lift the knee. Maybe you keep your left hand on hip. Maybe you reach your hand up. And keep reaching your fingers up. So you know that it's the upward direction, not so much forward. Opening at the hips, lift the knee up. And then very, very gently, bring your knees back together. And bring your knee to your chest. Hold on to your foot, this one again. Stretch your leg out in front. Release your foot, hand stretch out in front. Pendulum your leg back to warrior three. Hands to the floor, head to knee, stretch up, standing splits. And then stepping your feet together, head to knee. Inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Soften the knees, roll up. Reach up. And bring your arms down along your side. Round two. Hands to hips. Soften the knees and draw your left knee up to your chest. Squeeze the back of the knee. And then you use your hand to help holding onto the ankle. Bring your heel closer to the butt. And then you point your knee down. Keep the heel and butt close together. Firming into your buttocks, press the hips forward. That already helps to open the front of the hips. And you lift your knee. Kick the ankle into the hand, lift the knee. Lifting your knee, toning your buttocks. Maybe you reach your hand up. It's okay if there's a difference between the right and the left side. Lift your knee, reach up. And gently bring your hand back to your hip, your knees back together. And then knee to chest, belly to thigh. Hold your foot. Stretch it out in front. And then release your hands, reach them forward. Stretch your leg back. Hands to floor, head to knee, stretch up. And then bring your feet together. Inhale, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling in. Rolling up. Reaching up. Now bring your hands down. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a big wide step out to the right along the mat. Second toes pointing forward. Inhale, stretch out. Bring your right hand to the left ankle. Drop the left hip. Inhale, back up to center, hip square. Exhaling, left hand to right ankle, drop the right hip. Come back to center. Hands to your hips, shoulder blades and elbows squeeze together. Buttocks send hips forward. And you're going to tuck your chin. And roll down along your spine. And bring your hands to the floor, inhaling, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head to knee. Maybe you can walk your hands back in line with the feet, with the elbows pointing straight back. Maybe you're just up on the tippy toes. Make sure that second toe is pointing forward. You'll feel a little pigeon-toed with the heels a little bit more out than the toes. We'll just stay here for 3 or 4 breaths. And then inhaling, eyes forward, heart forward. Exhaling, head in. Bring your hands to the ankles, outside of your ankles. Press your hand in and tuck your chin as you roll up, consciously tracing up along the body. And then reach your hands up. Bring your hand down to your heart. And then one last vinyasa. So step gently back. Inhaling up. And curling down. Eyes forward, heart forward. Stepping back to your down dog. And then from here, bring your knees to the floor. Point your toes. Sit onto your heels in a child's pose. You might like to have your arms back here. Or you might keep your knees a little bit apart and take your hands out in front. A really nice version is resting your head on your hands. So it's that space just between your eyebrows that gets a tiny bit of pressure. It's like a massage for your brain. You stay here for a little, or you stay here for a long time. It's up to you. From here, you might even like to go on to another video and do some floor work. I suggest perhaps yoga for a sore lower back, or yoga for sore backs would be a good follow-up video. Or check out some of the others in the playlist. And if this is where you're finishing, gently rolling your head a little from side to side, just massaging into the third eye, getting a little bit of clarity of thought, clearing out the cobwebs, and then release your hands, and you're just going to use your hands to walk you up. And sitting on your heels, if that's appropriate. Take a moment with either hands resting on your lap or resting together at your heart center. Everything settles like the glitter in a snow globe. Everything sinks into your cells. Assimilate what you've been learning and practicing. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.